Yeah, he have potential. He have a lot of skills. He have a lot of potential to be one of the biggest star in boxing.
Do you think it's like a mental thing when you have all that pressure and you go in there and you get like, some would say you got like embarrassed kind of?
It's hard. It's obviously it's hard, but
I mean, that was a big fight for him to take too, right?
Yeah.
I guess they could have both dodged
Do you
that.
think that it was too early to take that fight, or do you think it was
no.
smart?
What I think he need to do is take that loss and learn from that loss.
He's young. He's still growing.
Right.
He's still learning.
Now.
It's no different from in the past. You'll see Ryan. I mean, in the past, I've said certain things. Not really. You know, young fighters will take it the wrong way when you say certain things sometimes.
Right.
Even like a while back when it's called divide and conquer. When I talked about like YouTube, I said, listen.
I don't cry about you.
I'm saying if that was his hustle, if he got a lot of followers from wherever he got them from, that's his hustle.
Right.
And he's supposed to say, yo, you can't knock my hustle no matter where I got him from.
Right.
I wish things would just be held accountable and then just held by the rules just so there's a standard. I'm not hating on the fight because I actually think Ryan Garcia knocks out Barrios. I think Barrios is horrible as a champion, maybe the worst champion I've ever seen in my life.
Showdown between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Many believe this fight will be closely matched, with both men having strong chances to win. Several experts think the contest could stretch into the later rounds, where the final outcome might finally be decided.
Ryan and Barrios, you know, you beat Ryan recently. Dan was very outspoken about how he looked bad in that fight. What kind of Ryan do we expect coming into that fight versus Mario Barrios?
I don't know. What do you guys all expecting?
You know, there's something that keeps on saying, and I kind of agreed to it, that we're uncertain what kind of Ryan we're going to get, right? Like what kind of, how's he going to see him come into the fight? Conor Ben said that. I've said that we don't know what to expect for what kind of Ryan. If we get a Ryan, obviously focus and training, he could beat a good fight versus Barrios. So what do you think?
I don't know what I think. You know, like I said,
Gotta give me something, Rolly.
I tell you, for all we know, he might still have PTSD from me.
Think so?
Yeah.
Would you come out on a stream with him? Because now he's streaming. Would you be on a stream with Ryan?
Oh, sounds like the bank account's running dry.
Ryan Garcia is known for his incredible hand speed, which many rank among the fastest in boxing today. His punches come so quickly that opponents often struggle to react in time.
Ryan wins, though. Like, what will be the reason? Like, would you say speed, power, timing, or IQ?
I think speed, power. Ryan's a great fighter when he seems to be all together. But in all honesty, he shouldn't be fighting for a world title again. He just lost, and now he's fighting for a world title.
So would you say that, so do you like this fight for Ryan right now? Yes or no? You basically just...
I mean, if I was on his team, yeah, I would love it. But if I'm not on his team, I mean, I'm just being honest. He should not be fighting for a world title. And he's just coming off a loss. But the reality is what I said before. Social media is the reason why. Because Mario Barrios, even though he's a champion, he needs Ryan Garcia to get a big payday.
Greg Hackett has publicly raised doubts about whether Ryan Garcia is fully prepared for his upcoming fight with Mario Barrios. He suggested that Garcia may not be completely locked in when it comes to focus and training. Hackett described the matchup as a 50-50 fight, making it clear that this is not a guaranteed win for either side.
I think Ryan and Barrios is actually a good fight because when have we seen Ryan in the ring with somebody his height? You know what I'm saying? So I think we're looking at a real boxing match. Could he overwhelm Barrios? Yeah, but where is he mentally? Ryan Garcia has been spending time with YouTubers and streamers and like that. He ain't really been training. So what type of Ryan are we getting? I mean, are we gonna get the front runner Ryan who go in there and try his best for 2-3 rounds and then bullshit for the rest of the fight? Or is we gonna get a focused Ryan that's really trying to go in there and do damage? Barrios at the same time, he questions himself at times, and I think that's his biggest downfall. He get in that ring and sometimes he questions his own abilities. So therefore, that could either make for a great fight, or it could be a bullshit.
Trainer Robert Garcia believes this is a solid matchup for Ryan Garcia and feels confident that his son has the talent, punching power, and speed needed to capture a world title against Mario Barrios. At the same time, he did not ignore certain concerns.
Good matchup for Ryan. I think Ryan has the skills, the power, the speed to actually go and become champion. But there's a few things that I see that might not be in his favor. And look, Barrios is dedicated. I know him. He's actually a good friend, a good person. And they chose him because they think Ryan has everything it takes to become champion. To become the world champion, because they're already planning on huge fights with Devin Haney and whatever.
He also mentioned that Ryan's decision to move on from highly respected trainers such as Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goossen, and Derek James in order to train with his father might present challenges. While he still believes the fight itself fits well into Ryan's career path,
Ryan, has gone through 3 top trainers that would have done a great job: Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goossen, and Derek James.
Correct.
And he's not training with neither of them. He's training with his dad, which I'm not saying the dad is not, the dad brought him through the amateurs, but when he left his dad or went to seek a different trainer, before he came back to that, he went through 3 different trainers.
Wow.
That means what do you mean? All 3 are not good enough to, they're all 3 are
here's the question.
in the
Here's
world.
the question. Did Ryan Garcia ever allow those trainers to be the boss?
That's why he's back with his dad, because
I don't
he's
think
the
he did.
boss. That's why.
Yeah.
Look, Joe Goossen, I know Joe Goossen. My brother used to train with him. He's not gonna just let you get away with stuff like that. Derek James shouldn't either. Eddie Reynoso doesn't need. He's made so much money with Canelo that if you want to come to me, it's gonna be under my rules. And if that didn't work, then Ryan's back. So that's I give that big advantage to.
Brian Garcia's background as a coach was also discussed. It was noted that he once trained under Joe Goossen before later working alongside other trainers and eventually coaching his son. Now that Goossen is training Mario Barrios, the situation carries a personal element.
This is an interesting dynamic in this fight. Ryan Garcia, when he was coming up through the amateurs, it was mostly him and his dad going to tournaments and Ryan learning there. But when he got to Los Angeles, he got to work with Joe Goossen at 10 Goose Gym. And this was around, I think, the time where Ryan was 17 years old, and Joe ended up being his coach for a while. Ryan ended up leaving, going to work with Canelo, then going to work with Derek James, and then coming back to Joe for a little bit. And I think now he's just trained by his dad for this fight. So there's been a lot of back and forth for this fight because now Joe Goossen is training Mario Barrios, who previously had worked with Bob Santos for the last couple of fights. But the dynamic being Joe Goossen knows everything probably there is to know about Ryan Garcia from training him for so long. Garcia knows everything there is to know about Joe, or at least how Joe coaches, what he's going to try to look to implement with Barrios toward Ryan Garcia. It's both guys knowing their biggest secrets, they're knowing their greatest weapons and how to prepare for each. It's going to be a bit of a chess.
During the press conference, that personal connection became clear. Garcia and Goossen exchanged words in a way that was light on the surface, but still carried meaning underneath. The back and forth.
When I first found out that Joe was going to go ahead and train Mario Barrios, I was taken back. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? Why would a coach that trained my son all of a sudden turn around and train somebody else to go against my son? He told me a while back that he's done this in the past. He would train someone, then later on he would go against them. Again, I think it's not right, but maybe it's something he has to prove, or it's just an ego thing. But I also remember that he told me specifically that when Ryan is 100%, no one can beat him. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Ryan.
Chris Algieri pointed out that boxing often rewards popularity just as much as performance. He explained that selective matchmaking can sometimes allow well-known fighters like Ryan Garcia to compete for titles even after recent defeats. Algieri also observed that Mario Barrios appears vulnerable in the welterweight division, which makes him a more approachable.
Selective matchmaking here, that you want an opportunity at 147 pounds. 147 is not the prince of titles like it once was. But this idea that Barrios, to Paulie's point, might be the most vulnerable person in the mix. This idea that obviously he's targeting his shot at 147. What do you think of it?
Well, I mean, everything the champ said is absolutely right. In terms of this fight and it being made, it's already a black eye on boxing. You got a guy who's coming off a loss. You got a guy who hasn't won a fight at 147. Not to mention, we didn't mention this yet, he's got a drug scandal in the middle of that. So it's not even that he's just hasn't been winning and has proved himself at this level. He's literally cheated to get here and been caught and was suspended for it. But this is boxing, like the champ said, and it's unfortunate that we reward people who fail up, and just because they're popular, just because they put butts in seats. And Ryan does do that. And listen, I know, champ, you think that Ryan is going to knock Barrios out? He might, but he also might fumble the bag